All right, all right, all right, all right, all right. Shalom, shalom, and shalom, Sister Deborah. Coming this afternoon with a short message. This message is speaking to those that are in the light. Those that are aware fully of spirit and truth. I say unto you, it is that time. It is the time you come in out of the rain. Get under the umbrella of Yah. This is that time that you make a choice. And I don't mean that choice of the flesh, but the feel of the spirit to come in up under the umbrella of Yah. You guys, it's bad out here. And when I say bad, I know you bad. Yeah, you bad. But it's not that type of bad. It's the bad and evil and wicked that has no sense to it. It has no reason for it. It has no cause. It has no purpose. And that is what makes it so bad. This type of evil and wickedness, it has no feeling. It has no emotions. It's time to come up under the umbrella of the Most High Yah. I, Sister Deborah, noticed that it's no escaping. We're not going to be able to escape any of this nonsense. We're not going to be able to escape it at all. And then I thought about it yesterday when he said, not when he said, but it was said that if he would not shorten the time, no man would make it. I get it, Father. I get it. So this message is for you out there who think that you're running on your time. And truly, it's not really raining outside. It's just them making things worse than what it appeared. I, Sister Deborah, will say unto you, the day is beautiful, the clouds, the sky is blue, the sun is beaming. But yet, I'm under the umbrella of Yah. Why? Because I can see both sides. I can see in the natural world it's sunny, the skies are blue, and the trees are green. But on the spiritual side, I know that it is a rain, and it's cloudy, and it's wicked, and it's evil. I must get under the umbrella of the Most High Yah and remain there. Don't come out, no matter how bright the spirit might feel. Don't come from underneath that umbrella, Deborah, because things ain't what it appeared to be on the outside as it is in the spiritual realm, which is called from the inside. It's real bad out here. The mindset of people are off the chain. I mean, like really off the chain. The way people function, the way people act, the way people conduct themselves. And when you're really in the spirit, guess what? You can feel that. Mm-hmm. So a lot of times when you hear me talking about feeling that thing, you really don't know what I mean. You think you have to feel it a certain way in your flesh, in your emotions, and in your feeling of your flesh. No. I'm talking about the reality of the spirit, the things that needs to be felt in that realm. And when you miss that realm, it's because that realm is not ushered to you. It's not given to you uh, to experience. Even though your mouth saying one thing, oh, I'm saved, I'm full of the Holy Spirit, I know I got my ticket to Mount Zion and to the promised land and to the kingdom, all of this bragging, boasting, ego, self-centered, pride. I'm already there. And nobody can't tell me nothing no different. But I'm going to tell you where I'm at. I'm under the umbrella of Yah. Because he didn't tell me it was going to be easy. But he did warn me that there was a tribulation in perilous times, and the hearts of men shall fail them. A lot of people don't understand that. When it says, and the hearts of men shall fail them, he's actually letting you know where the chaos going to actually reside is among men. I sit back and watch how over a blink of an eye, it's this young man. I consider him a young man. Charleston White. 1 minute he was for the young man that had gotten in trouble with the stabbing of another young man, but he was for the young man and was raising funds. It's like he turned about face against the family and the son that's in prison. It's amazing about regarding what things are taking place. Then I think about Cat Williams. He pretty much got what he had coming to him. Cat Williams got to go down with a hard fall. Cat Williams must go down with a hard fall because Cat Williams was elected as a child to come up and be represented, be representative, be a representative of Yah amongst darkness, and he chose to still reside in darkness, still trying to bring light into darkness. Instead of bringing light out of darkness, he wants to bring light into darkness. So he got pretty much what he got coming to him because as I was, he was too. He was a child when Yah told him to pull up. And he pulled out into the world and never turned back to where he was told to pull up. See, a lot of times Yah send these people help, but they get caught up and around those that they supposed to be helping. And I see that today. He sent us to be a helper. And we get caught up with this world. We get caught up in this world. Like, let me give you an example that happened to me less than 2 hours ago. My daughter left and moved to Paris. And she left these 2 big old black bags in my place. And she told me these are for her oldest sister and her niece, which is my oldest daughter and my granddaughter, because she accidentally ended up with their items when she moved into her apartment. So she left them there, and I decided, you know, it's time for me to move these bags. I'm going to take these bags over to my daughter's house. So I put these bags where I stay at. There's no, you can't just pull your car up to your door or, you know, close. So where you're allowed to pull it, it's like in a fire lane, but you have to pull up and, you know, put your stuff in your car. Or if you have groceries, that's how you drop your groceries off. And anything that you have that's heavy and moving, this is how you have to use that lane. So I decided to take those 2 big old heavy bags, put them out there, and I went to get in my car. By the time I come around to get in my car, I saw a light-skinned, melanated Judah, I put it still, a man, and he had to be about 30. And he was going through the bags, y'all. And I hollered at him, those are not yours. Those are my bags. Leave them there. By the time I pulled up, when I pulled up, I said, what's up? What's up? What's the problem? And he went to talking about, I was trying to help you. How were you helping me when you was looking through my bags? This don't have nothing to do with you. This is the route we take when we have to load stuff in our car. When my apartment and his apartment is so far from where my bags were. And in my mind, I'm like, why are you leaving your apartment to come over here to go in my bags? So we had a lot of words, and he went into this thing about black women, and that's why y'all we don't have nothing to do with y'all. And so I said, it's deep then, huh? So that's the way your mama is. You know, yeah, I brought mama in. That's the way you talk to your mama. That's the way you feel about your mama, because you're young enough to be my son. You see? And then he just y'all, this guy was wanting me to fight with guns. Just that instant. Just that instant, his whole mind went to, yeah, if you got sons, tell them to pull up, pull up. I said, why would they pull up on you? You stupid. And as I was sitting there, I realized, okay, Deborah, you got your bags, you put them in your car. Why are you still talking to this man? What I realized is that my whole idea was to put the bags in the car and then go make this video. But someone took sick and I had to go take a remedy. They hadn't, and I don't know something, I'm going to explain something else to you all that's going on that's very, 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 very strange. And I had to take a remedy to where this individual needed to release all the, or whatever was in his stomach, and he needed to be released. So I came up with my pink salt, which is, it's not salt like, it's a long story. But this, I'm sitting here arguing with this guy, and when I got in the car, he kept telling me, yeah, your sons, pull up, pull up. I said, you ain't the only one got a pop. That's what I told him. So I'm just like realizing you sitting here talking to a demon. Show you standing toe to toe with him, but still, this is the sort of stuff you got to work on, sister. This is the type of mess you got to work on. Because I wasn't standing down. You know, he had to lay me down because I wasn't standing down. And he realized that. So I pulled on off and went off, and I thought about it. I said, now why are you going through that with that sick person? And it dawned on me, this is a new neighbor in town. He coming trying to set the ground and set rules. He just moved in. He's going to leave his apartment to come down there and see what was in my bags. And looking through them. And I'm not supposed to say nothing. And I'm like, what's up? What's the problem? So I'm just showing you how important it is that even when you're trying to stand your ground, make sure you're under that umbrella. Because I'm going to remain under that umbrella no matter what. If live or die. Only one knows that breath that he want back is him, the Most High Yah. But I realized also that I like how Yah, I do. I really like how his whole swag. Because even though he pulled you out of the world and you're not of the world, it's still who you are in the flesh. The way you rumble, the way you deal. You see what I'm saying? And I realized, wait a minute. Is this what I represent? I said, Father, why didn't you stop me? Why didn't you? He said, Deborah, you Deborah. I got your spirit. And your spirit got your flesh. These sort of things is going to happen all the time. Not just with you, with many of the light. Because a lot of times it happens when I was just talking to my aunt for about 2 hours. And we had a really good conversation about all these issues in the world and all this stuff. And then when I walk out my door, drop 2 bags to pull up to put them in my car, this guy looking through my bags. And I guess it was okay for him to do that. And I'm not supposed to say nothing. But this shows you the mindset. First thing he should say, oh, I thought you had left him, or oh, I didn't know if there was somebody who had left him, you know, or something like that. You're going through somebody's property. And if that was a guy, you and him have been, one of y'all be dead, if not both of them. But see, this is how They act when they think they got the upper hand. So I was thinking, I was like saying, Father, it's not really nowhere you can run nor escape this type of nonsense. Again, to head on the other side of the town to drop this here remedy that I got for this individual so they can release their bowels. And I realized that you are actually running around here taking care of people that think that you're going to be taking care of them the rest of their life. And I'm ready to get out of that, y'all. I'm ready to go. I'm ready to leave. I'm ready to turn and never return. But no matter what, I'm under that umbrella of Yah. I'm going to remain under the umbrella of Yah because there's no other place one can park themselves or really think that you can go. The storm has been going on for quite some time. It's really cloudy out here. It's pouring down raining. But as you see, sister, where you see the sun is shining, the skies are blue, a beautiful a sunny day. But let me tell you something, on the spiritual realm, the day don't look like it does in the natural. But so then you have to see, say, well, okay, if today is not as cloudy as it appeared, then one of these days is not telling the truth. It's today, what you see in the natural. It ain't holding the full truth at all, you guys. So let me tell y'all something that I came up on. Well, I'm gonna tell you a lot. I came up on 2 days ago and yesterday these people, and I was like, why do they have all these videos of these people going into the hospital, even different nationalities going to the hospital, and they having this stomach pain. Their bowels are being backed up, and I'm like, how could this be? And then someone that I actually knew, their bowels is backed up, and I'm like saying, wait a minute, this is getting really deep. And I thought about it. I said, it was all on TikTok and YouTube for the last 2 days. People bowels are getting backed up. So the individual said, they went to the doctor today, and the doctor said it is booming. The hospital is booming with people with their bowels backed up. It's what they put in the food, y'all. It's either the food or the water. It's something that's causing people's bowels to get backed up. And then he told him, he said that many of people are coming into the hospital with their bowels backed up. And then that's when I told him, I've heard it on the YouTube and TikTok for the last 2 days. And I said, isn't that strange? It ain't not strange as in strange, but to me, it's a spiritual mystery because it holds the truth of really what they're doing. And not, you know what, the video I saw the day before yesterday with 2 younger kids, 2 European little boys. One was 8 and I think one was 10. They were in the hospital because their bowels, their stomach was hurting with so much pain, found out their bowels were backed up. Something is going on with that. You see, something is not right with that. Because if the doctor told him today that many people are coming into the hospital with backed up bowels, wow. You see, so the remedy that I gave him was the salt water, but it's not like the salt you take. It's the pink salt made of like rocks, and I dissolved them in the water in like a 10-ounce glass of water, and stood there and waited till he drank it. But then I also thought that my whole living is chasing people's situations that they're going through and having, when I shouldn't be using the rest of my living making sure everybody else is taken care of. And the main thing about making sure everybody else is taken care of is these are people that I know that ain't a spiritual seed. These are people who look like they're there to keep me at a standstill as a servant unto them. And I don't like that at all. I don't like that at all. Because I don't think that you should be serving a bunch of serpent seeds in this day and time. I don't think so, y'all. I really do not believe that you should be. I don't care who they are. See, that's the problem with people. They think it all, but these my blood, and this is my mom and my daddy. Oh, this is my grandma and my grandpa. These are my children. Yeah, they are that. But I like the way the Father rumbles. The kingdom rumbles like this. Tell them I come to bring the sword. Tell them I didn't come to bring peace. I come to bring the sword. And what is the sword to do, Father, y'all? It's coming to divide against. Dividing against. So even the Father himself has already ordained the division. And we sitting around here walking in it. Want to stick with it, talking about blood is thicker than water. And blood is out here killing one another. Blood is not even supporting the spiritual mission in the house, y'all. Let's say, for instance, if you have a spiritual seed and you got 5 serpent seeds, those 5 serpent seeds going to be totally against that one spiritual seed. And I know the one spiritual seed, I got it going on. I'm stronger. I'm powerful. I can do this. I can do this. They're going to go down by one of those 5 serpent seeds. You know why? They're thinking that their spiritual seed can overpower those 5 serpent seeds, not understanding that the prophecy says they shall kill your tail. The prophecy also said that the children will turn the parents in. The prophecy also spoke of 2 Timothy chapter 3. Children would disrespect their parents. See, I had to give that whole sermon to somebody early this morning, because we that are of the light trying to make the light be the strength of us in a way that we can cover up the sin and the wickedness of the serpent seeds, because they are blood. You better watch yourself, Deborah. No, that's the truth, baby. You see? But what you have to do is stand on a side to where if Yah chose to convert these serpent seeds, or chose to do anything for these serpent seeds, make sure you standing on the side where you can see their reaction. Because a lot of people thinking that since they blood is love. You see, that's sick love, love. You see, they think that's love. Oh, these is my sisters, or these are my brothers, and they can't even get along, y'all. Such a big division there. So what are you saying, Deborah? Let me explain to you. I'm under the umbrella of Yah. Okay, that's why I can speak the way I speak. Let me explain it a little bit more for you. If the Creator spoke to his servant that I've separated the tare from the wheat and the wheat from the tare, what is it when he says, I come to bring the sword in the family, to separate the serpent seed from the spiritual seed? I come to separate against, because my sword is against the opposite side, and I come not to give you peace on this earth, but I come to separate. The Father don't have no problem with you, with your loved ones, and with your family, and those that blood is thicker than water, as they say. But what he have a problem with when you don't be under his umbrella, while you would the serpent seeds. See, that's what y'all don't understand. Sister Deborah would never speak on the level of separating families that way. Because I just had a sister right now ask me, won't I come stop by her house? I'm not stopping by her house. I've seen enough of y'all doing this hardship of my youngest sister passing away. We did a lot of that. They asked me to stop by there yesterday. They gonna eat. Nope, I'm not in the glut. I don't want no feast. I don't want no. Why? Because I'm under the umbrella of the Most High Yah. Get your butt under the umbrella, Deborah. You see, you have to be under the umbrella of the Most High Yah. Because in your vision, in your natural, it can be a beautiful day, a sunny day, nice weather and everything. But the real day is what you can't see. It falls under the spirit realm. Because in spite of how sunny it is and how the skies are blue, people are being murdered and killed, raped, pedophiles, messing with children, eating flesh, drinking blood. On your sunny, blue sky day, somebody is suffering more than you can even imagine. So just because the day looks like it's all well and all good, let me assure you, it ain't as pretty as the picture up here on the outside. So I say unto you, it's so important that we that are the light get your butt in under the umbrella of Yah. That means that you can go around any of your family. You can live with your family. You can live with your sisters, your brothers, your cousin, your uncles, your mom, your dad, your husband, your wife. You can live among any of them when you're under the umbrella of Yah. Because not only will that umbrella allow you to be where you need to be, to close to Yah, it'll keep you. It'll protect you. Because what you all didn't understand, and I didn't either at one time, but I know now, that when he said in Matthew 24, verse 7, nation against nation and kingdom against kingdom, he checked me by saying, now, Deborah, it starts in the house. See, I'm thinking, oh, nation against nation, that means people against people and kingdom, different organization, different groups, different gangs. Oh, it's going to be a mess. See, that's what I'm thinking. But he letting you know. It starts in the place where you think there's so much love in your household. Okay, Father, keep that umbrella up. I'm getting under it. I'm going to stay and remain under the umbrella of Yah. Because there I know that right hand is under there. That stretched out arm. There I know that all kind of protection, y'all, is up under that umbrella. There I know I'm in safe place. As long as I remain under the umbrella of Yah, I'll be okay. Because the way things appear is not the way that it actually is. It's worse. And because people are looking for a sunny day, a blue sky, all these things that is said to their mind, their state of mind, that it's going to make a difference, it's going to change, it's going to be this, it's going to be that. Guess what? Guess what? It's going to be until something pull up on you and catch you off guard. I sit back and it just so powerful for me to see how many of Judah is fighting each other worse than they have ever. They're fighting each other, killing each other, taking each other living. You don't have to, but at the same time, you got them hooping and hollering, protest, boycott. For what? Y'all killing each other. That's all black people know how to do. And I say black because that's the only language they understand. Sometimes when the guys allow you to use parables, you have to put them in the order in which one understands it. Now, if I say Judah, they don't understand Judah. Ah, you see how sick that is? If I call you Judah, you don't understand that. But you say black, oh yeah, I'm black. You see how sick that is? This is a people. They on one end they hollering, okay, we need to stop doing this, or the white man doing this, and they doing this, and they KKK, the white supremacy. On the other end, how are you complaining when you are over beating what they doing to you? You all can't see that you're doing even worse than the ones you're trying to point a finger to or at? No one ever, they couldn't even see the fact that so many of Judah is being missing out of nowhere, being found in these parts, y'all, just being missing out of nowhere. And no one said anything. I'm at that point where it don't say nothing. It don't even serve the purpose to say anything. Because the mind of Judah is right now the main one smoking a lot of this mess that the government approved them to smoke so they can mess their mind up even worse. You better get under the umbrella. But don't call yourself getting under the umbrella if you don't have spirit and truth. If you don't have the light, which is the light of that's bright as the spirit of Yah in you. A lot of people will run talking about, I'm under the umbrella. You ain't under nothing but your flesh. Because your spirit come down here to walk your flesh out. And that's what greed, self-centered, pride, ego, hate, jealousy, envy, disrespectful, everything about those things is what one that is born to walk out their flesh is about. They are the serpent seed. They ain't coming to bring peace. And they themselves, do you know that they could care less about blood thicker than water? Did y'all know that? I know you didn't know it, did you? You shouldn't have known it. Because if you don't know Yah like you should know him, you wouldn't know spirit and truth when it's spoken. You see? So as my day go on today, the first thing I thought, okay, this is it. Why is it that you're not going to taste what you actually see? So when I even going into that with the young man earlier, it just brought me closer to what the reality is. When the sun is shining and the skies are blue, that's not the reality of what's taking place in this world today. That's why I say unto you, this umbrella is a spiritual umbrella. And it's a umbrella that knows that when you get up under, you got security from the Most High Yah. Live or die, you in the right place. Okay, so that's what I call the umbrella. I say unto you, I'm going to remain under that umbrella. I'm not going to go into the world and think the world is going to change, because I don't know if you all know this. You got probably 90-something% of people thinking that things are going to flip over and turn backwards and get like this. Guess what? Too much is lost. Too much has been destroyed. Too much has been taken. And too much darkness people continue to rest therein. People are leaning towards so much darkness that they think it's a bright day. That's how darkness has taken over the minds of people. And it's over. It's no turning back. It's no making the crooked straight. All that's left is for Yah to come take his remnant out. And I begin to think about that too. And one thing I come to understand, that he's taking that remnant to the wilderness. They're not going shooting straight over to the promised land. No, you're not. So he had to do some purging. He has to do some separation, especially those who transgressed against him. So what happens to them when they're in that wilderness? When they in that wilderness, y'all, if you're not handpicked by Yah to go to that promised land, you're going to be left with the worst of the worst of the worst of the worst of your people. You see what I'm saying? So while you in this world right now thinking that your people is all that and all some this is, we need to be boycotting, we need to come on one unity, we need to buy from one each other. You can't even get along with each other. So how you gonna buy from one another? You ain't even born with the respect for one another. So how are you gonna be going shopping in places where your people own business? And the business owners don't have no respect for you at all anyway. They don't have no one to another. They don't have no respect for each other. See the game has played? This is the same game that's going to be played when y'all swoop on the four corners, everyone out, bring them to the wilderness and separate them from his small remnant to take over to Mount Zion. But just imagine those who are going to get left in the wilderness. Ooh-wee. Somebody's in trouble because he's going to leave all those serpent seeds right there together in the wilderness. See, you thought you just going to go skip you on up to the promised land. You ain't going nowhere. The way you are on this side is the way you're going to be on the other side when he gets you there. So while you thinking you ready to go to the promised land, you ain't going to the promised land. You're going to the wilderness. And there he will leave you. And there will you see how blood is thicker than water. There shall you see every individual that is in your nation of people, of Judah, and all, and the other ones, how they're going to go up against each other. Why? Because now he done took his remnant out and left y'all tails in the wilderness to play with each other. And that's you talking about you gonna wish you was back in captivity. Oh yes, you gonna wish you was back in captivity because he's gonna leave you right there. You think he gonna purge the rebels out for nothing? You think he's gonna take out the transgressors for nothing? He's telling you these are the ones, Deborah, have wronged me since the beginning of time. This is their seeds, Deborah. They never had nothing in them regarding me. Then you wonder why they can't unite as one. Why Judah can't unite? Why Judah can't unite? When that's that same Judah going to the wilderness. So if you think it's bad on this side, the way things are on this side, wait till you get to the wilderness where you think it's going to be heaven. See, they got your mind thinking it's going to be heaven. And a lot of you all don't know nothing about what I'm talking about. Looking at me all cockeyed because you don't know what I'm talking about. You don't need to know what I'm talking about. If you don't know already, you don't need to know. Okay? If you don't know already, you don't need to know. I'm under the umbrella of the Most High God. Live or die, I'm there already. You see? My whole idea is to make sure people understand that my father ruled it all. He always did. You see? People think they know something because they know something today. What do you know about what was? You don't know nothing. But you try to speak on today and you don't know what took place yesterday. Because you can't talk about today if you can't talk about what took place yesterday. And yesterday go all the way back to before the foundation of the world. What can you say? You can't say nothing because he hasn't taught you nothing. Your best bet is listen to someone that he have said it to. So you can understand that which was before that which is. But most of you all have learned what is. And you think you know what's going to be. But what do they do? It sets you in the darkness. Because if you don't know what was, then you really don't know what is. You just running your guns. You see? And they don't want you to talk, or people don't want you to hear from the one that knows what was. Because they know if you know what is, then you still lost. You lost with a cause and without one. You lost. See, Yah sent his servant to tell you what was. So you'll know that what was came in before what is. 99.9 of you all only know what is. And in that process of knowing what is, you think you know what's going to be. And you're still lost in it all. Because if the servants of the Most High Yah is down here to tell you what was, so you'll know what is and what is to come in the right protocol, So you'll know spirit and truth. So you'll know what the light is. And you'll understand when the sister says she's under the umbrella of Yah. Under that umbrella of Yah is all power. All power from that stretched out hand, that stretched out arm to that right hand. All power is under that umbrella. All authority is under that umbrella. All rule. He rules all. The heavens and the earth and underneath the earth. Hell is his creation. The lake of fire is his creation. Under that umbrella is the word. And I know y'all don't know nothing about that because y'all so busy hearing the words. And the words are what's in your books. Your lost books, your found books, your King James 16, and your Bible. Those are your words. But under the umbrella is he that is and was the word. No one knows the power of what the word was, is, and shall be. That's why he said they deny the power, Deborah, therein, because they don't have the word. So if you don't have the word, you don't have the power. You don't have the power, you don't have the spirit. You just messed up from the floor, calling yourself all that and something. You're not under the umbrella. The umbrella carries the word. The umbrella has the spirit of Yah holding the umbrella up for us that are under the umbrella. We're the ones that he have said, if he hadn't shortened the time, no man would make it in. We are the one that's under that umbrella that might not have made it in had not he shortened the time of what? His will. You got to shorten that will a little bit. Why? Because you all don't understand what's going on. And like I told you, I don't give a rat's behind if you see that it's a cloud, it's a blue sky and sun is out and so pretty. I don't mean nothing. The truth of the matter is what was prophesied that was really going to be in the midst of that you see with your natural eyes, you don't see in your spiritual eyes what's actually taking place. Somebody didn't wake up this morning because someone felt it was important that they don't. All these babies right now are being molested as babies. Their organs being tampered with, their private areas being tampered with. What about those who got grind up and in the food that you're eating and the stuff that you're drinking? Come on now, I know it. You there already. You in the kingdom. You don't see nothing. You ain't seen nothing. But there's things going on when he tells me it's deeper than deep. Then that let me know that when, okay, Father, I stay with you. Then you deep. You know that it's deep. I don't need to go no deeper than. So if you know it already and you know all things that is deep, lead me with the first deep. Because the second deep, I know I couldn't handle. I can't even handle the first one. Right here today as we speak, you got people out here boycotting. Boycotting what? You can't even live with each other. You can't sit in the same community without even taking each other's lives. Look at my incident that I had earlier. This man, young enough to be my son, my youngest son at that. But he out there disrespecting me and then telling me to have my sons to pull up. You see how sick that sounds? And I said, look how stupid you sound. They ain't gonna even have to pull up because somebody else gonna pull up on your tail when you least expect. You sound silly. You see? So all I'm saying to you all is this. The day is not as peaceful as it appears. And with that being said, I need that umbrella. I need the umbrella, and I thank the Most High for being under the umbrella. You know what? That also brings me to when he first sent me to Georgia, Atlanta, Georgia. I had 6 babies and a husband, and he sent us to Georgia. We didn't know where we was going. But all I know is I heard the voice of the Most High Yah, and I went in that direction. And I remember once, it was probably like a couple of weeks after we were there, I had a dream. And it wasn't a dream, it was a vision. And in that vision, I was in a big brown box on the sidewalk. I was in that box, y'all. In that box, I was in that box, and I could feel my box, me being in that box. But guess who I had in that box? My babies, my kids. They were in that box with me. And we were in on the sidewalk in that box. But this is the strange thing that was going on. It was pouring down raining, and we were all in that one box, just a little box on the sidewalk. And we were in the downtown area where all you see is people walking back and forth all day and all night. And we were in that box. And I would peep out the box and I remember saying while I was in the box, oh, it sure is raining. And it was thundering and lightning and rain was hitting that box. But guess what, y'all? I had so much peace in that box. I had so much assurance in that box. You know what? When I think of it, I even look back at even what I'm talking about now, being under the umbrella. I had peace in that box. I had all my children in that box. Raining, and all we see is people legs going back and forth and back. And I would look out and I see it rain. It seemed like it never stopped. It was just rain after rain after rain. Every time I look out, it was raining. I was in the vision and I saw that. So to say this, I know what it's like to be under the umbrella of the Most High God. I know it's a place of peace and safety. I do know that. So I say unto those that are out there that's trying to find their way to the bosom of the Father, you probably already there. You probably already resting in the bosom of the Father. You probably already under the umbrella of Yah. Trust that it is a place. Don't play. It ain't something that's not real. It's something as real can be. The umbrella of Yah is where Yah have you in your safety. He has your protection. He has your need in him. He's the umbrella. So Sister Deborah, I hope you all got something out of it. And I say, stay away from the chaos. And Sister Deborah, need to pray that the Father will give me the way of not interacting with this world in a way that doesn't help me in the long run. Because as much stuff that's out here, the people are falling in the way of the world. They're not falling in the way of righteousness. Right now, you can't talk to people about righteousness. You can't talk to them and make things make sense, or to bring righteous into a form where they see it. Okay, yeah, we can talk. Yeah, I understand, and we just had a disagreement. They're not at that level anymore, baby. They're not there. So don't think that you have the key to meet them where they're at, because you can't. But I say unto you, get up under the umbrella of the Most High God and remain there, and know that that is your assurance that you are with Him and under Him. Okay, and as long as you know that you're there, you're there. Okay, Sister Deborah, will be back at 8 p.m. Central Time, and I say that I hope that this video helped you in some way or another. And I'm way on the other side of town. I got to get way back to my side. And I say unto you, you all be blessed today, okay? And I'll be back at 8 p.m. Central Time. Shalom and shalom.